did ya? Hope you had a great run today. Now, I gotta say, I'm impressed with you, DGR. I think some of you know my training better than myself. I know, like, some of you are following along on Strava, all over, social media, and you pick out some of the nuances of how I train. I'm impressed, I gotta say, including last week when I broke down the Rotterdam Marathon training block in its entirety. Okay, so excuse me, sorry. So what's interesting though is that my half marathon PR set in Naples, Florida, January 2021, I'm just realized it was 1:05:43, which, looking back, I'm pretty pleased with that time, considering what I've done since then in Toledo, in Detroit. Where else did I do a half? Oh, tune up in Gasparilla. But now, once we get back to the house, I just want to compare, cross compare the training block of Naples versus what I just did in Rotterdam, okay? And just share with you how I train and how they compare. Okay, let's focus on getting up this hill. Woo, DGR. Hope you had a great run today. Oh man, come on.
Let's go. Come on, let's dive right in. Here we go. Naples half marathon versus Rotterdam marathon. Both races, the reason I'm choosing both of these, even though different distances, is they're both my PRs. Okay, Naples the half, Rotterdam the full. And I just was, every day I've got to think outside the box a little bit. Okay, what are we going to talk about today on the VLOG? And it's interesting to cross compare. And I just was, took the last 30 minutes to, dive into my training log from about, 15 months ago, leading into the Naples half marathon down in Florida. Both races, I'll just say, at sea level. Naples is so flat. I mean, it's like 10 feet of vertical over the course of a half marathon. So if you want a fast course, go to Naples. Rotterdam, and about whatever it is, about 2:20 or so for a full marathon. So the deal is that as I look into the data, look into the workouts, I'm a little shocked, actually, at, the fact that I was able to run 1:05:43, and also comparing that to Rotterdam and kind of trying to figure out what happened in Rotterdam. Why didn't I run faster? Okay, why didn't I race faster? Just a few little data points here is that Naples was a 13-week training block. Rotterdam was an 18-week training block. Okay, so 13 versus 18. Let's see, both of them kind of took place during the winter time. Last winter was actually a lot more difficult with respect to snow in the Front Range here in Colorado. Also volume, here we go. For Naples, 40 miles, 65, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 130, 130, isn't that interesting? 170 and 45, okay? And then for Rotterdam, here we go. 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105, 120, 130. So both training blocks, I peaked out at 130, but then for Rotterdam, I only stayed at 130 for 1 week versus Naples, I stayed there for 3 weeks. Very interesting. And then dropped down to 120, 115, 115, 115. So instead of holding the 130s, for Rotterdam, I held the 115s, okay? Then I took a down week for Gasparilla, the half marathon at 75, then back to 100, 100, 90, 75, 50, and then the week of the race, 20 to 25 before race day, okay? Now, as far as track work and speed work and interval work, okay? I'll just start with Rotterdam. What did I say a couple days ago on the vlog? I said it was 5 hard workouts on the track. We're talking like K repeats, 5K repeats. If you haven't seen the breakdown of that training block, go more details upper right hand corner. I did go to the track total of 8 times for Rotterdam, but a couple of those workouts were just baby stuff, like 8 by 300, just getting a little bit of turnover going on the track, okay? For Naples, I went 3 times. That's it. 3 times for Naples where I was doing interval work on the track for Naples. And one of the workouts, I wrote it down here, was 3 by 1 mile, 4 by 1K, 5 by 400. Okay, that was my hardest track workout for Naples. And then I did a lot of, not a lot, I did ladder workouts the other 2 times, just like really simple, like 2, 4, 8, 1K, and then back down type of ladder workouts, all right? So highlights from Naples versus Rotterdam. If I have time, I'll put on the screen a little bit of the vertical differences of vertical gain. You guys know, I'm a mountain runner. I'm not, I enjoy the roads, but my real passion is the mountain running. So for Naples, I really emphasized vertical gain. Even though it was wintertime, it was cold, I went up to the mountains, okay? One of the highlights, December 9th, to the top of Mount Evans. This would have been 6 weeks out from Naples, okay? 6 weeks, so halfway through the training block, 25-mile run, 3,700 feet of climbing, and I went to the top of a 14,000-foot mountain 6 weeks out. Also, I went up to Leadville, which is a little town at 10,000 feet, okay? There it is in meters, on December 17th, so 1 month out from Naples, and I did a 50K. I did a 31-mile run in Leadville, 1 month out from Naples. I'm just communicating what I did, okay? And then for Rotterdam, I did a lot of 23-mile loops from the house with 2,000 feet of vertical gain, but it was from the house, which the house, we're at about 5,300 feet and probably topped out at about 6,000 feet. So I never really went above 6,000 feet for the Rotterdam Marathon training block. Okay, all I'm trying to juxtapose these 2 different training, I'll say pretty much black and white difference between Rotterdam and Naples is that I emphasized and I ran, I'll just say, kind of so much faster in Naples, and it just gets me thinking. Now, I realize for me to go from 5:25 a mile in Rotterdam to 5:15 a mile for an OTQ, I know I need to do fast stuff, and not just track workouts, but consistently fast, I'll just say way more tempo runs. But I also want to put it out there like there's different ways to arrive at the same goal. The fact that I did run 105.43 in Naples off of that type of training that I just outlined is very intriguing to me, okay? And I'm not saying there's one way that's better than the other. That's not how I judge people's training. At the end of the day, it's the results on the starting line. And so I don't know what I'm going to do moving forward exactly for my next half marathon on the roads or my next marathon on the roads, but I wanted to give you a little taste of what's going through my brain right now as I continue to strategize for the next goals, all right, the next OTQ attempts. Comment of the day, shout out, True Love found this comment from yesterday or 2 days ago, I think it was yesterday, Tim Wist. Here we go. I'm 52 years old and just last week discovered the benefits of a robe. Tim, you and I, man, we're on the same wavelength here. I never understood why my wife always wears one in the morning, but decided to finally try it. And wow, definitely a game changer for feeling warm and easing into the day with a cup of coffee. I should upgrade to one with a hood though. So Tim, you made me laugh. You get the comment of the day. Thanks for sticking all the way to the end. If you're still watching, I know that was a little long-winded, but wanted to just share some thoughts on training and thoughts about how to, strategize for the future. Question of the day, who has implemented drastically different training styles for a similar race, like same distance and surface, okay? But you did one training style and then you did another. And how did you react? How did you perform on race day with two very drastically different training styles? Sound good? I'm excited, everybody. All right, we'll toss it to Naples, of course. You know, something with Naples, maybe the Naples breakdown, I'm not sure. Right there, right there, right there. Onward and upward. All right, see cutie. Work hard and love each other. See you tomorrow.